Hello and good day. Welcome back to our class. This is Teacher Onin de Guzman, and our topic for today is solving radical equations for grade 9, quarter 2. To solve a radical equation, you need to eliminate the radicals to obtain a polynomial equation. The key step is to raise each side of the equation to the same power. Recall that if x is equal to y, then x raised to n is equal to y raised to n. Then solve the new equation using standard procedures. Note, before raising each side of the equation to the same power, you should isolate the radical expression on one side of the equation. Okay, so let's solve problem number 1. So we have the square root of x minus 5 is equal to 3. So what we're going to do is add 5 on both sides of the equation. So we have here square root of x is equal to 3 plus 5. So we have the square root of x is equal to 8. Then take the square of the both sides of the equation. So we can factor this one out, square root n squared. So we have x is equal to 64. Now that we found out that the value of x is equal to 64, we would like to check whether this value will make this statement true. So if x is equal to 64, substitute this in the original equation. So that is square root of x minus 5 is equal to 3. So we have square root of 64 minus 5. Is it the same as 3? So we have 8 minus 5 is equal to 3. So we can say that 3 is equal to 3, and this is correct. So therefore, we can say that the solution set, is equal to 64. So this is for item number 1. Let's move on to item number 2. We have the square root of 4x minus 7 plus 2 is equal to 5. So what we're going to do is subtract both sides of the equation by 2. So we have square root of 4x minus 7 is equal to 5 minus 2. So you have the square root of 4x minus 7 is equal to 3. Then take the square of both sides of the equation. So we have here 4x minus 7 is equal to 9. Then add both sides of the equation by 7. So we have 4x is equal to 9 plus 7. So we have 4x is equal to 16. And divide both sides by 4. So come up with x is equal to 4. Now, we would like to find out if the value of x will make the equation true. So if x is equal to 4, substitute this one to original equation. We have 4x minus 7 plus 2 is equal to 5. So again, we have the square root of 4 times 4 minus 7 plus 2 is it equal to 5. So we have 16 minus 7 plus 2 is it equal to 5. So we have actually square root of 9 plus 2 is it equal to 5. So this will give us 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So clearly, we can say that 5 equals 5. So therefore, we can say that the solution set, okay, the solution set is equal to 4. So let's write that solution set is equal to 4. So this is for item number 2. Let's move on to problem number 3. So we would like to solve that, okay, x minus 4 is equal to square root of 2x. So let's write this one as number 3. So again, so what we're going to do is square both sides of the equation. So we have x minus 4 squared is equal to square root of 2x and square it. Okay. However, we will resolve to the square of the trinomial. So meaning to say, square of the first term, that is x squared. Then multiply x and 4 times 2. So that will give us 8x. Then we have square of negative 4, so plus 16. However, we can easily remove the square root and square. So we have 2x. Okay. So it will result this on the left hand side is actually a quadratic trinomial. On the other side is a monomial. Then, okay, make the right hand side as 0. So meaning to say, subtract both sides of the equation by 2x. So it will result to x squared minus 8x minus 2x plus 16 is equal to 0. So it will result now, we can combine negative 8x and negative 2x. So we have x squared minus 10x plus 16. So it will result to factoring quadratic trinomial. So again, we will look for the factors of x, okay, which are x and x. And the factors of 16 are actually 8 and 2, but negative. Okay? Since if by inspection, so negative 8 plus negative 2 is negative 10. And negative 8 times negative 2 is equal to positive 16. So clearly, these are the factors of, okay, x squared minus 10x plus 16. And then, we have x minus 8 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 8. On the other hand, x minus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to positive 2. Now, we want to find out which of these, okay, values will satisfy the equation. So, again, so if x is equal to 8, so from the original equation, x minus 4 is equal to square root of 2x. Substitute the value of x, so we have 8 minus 4 is equal to square root of, okay, 2 times 8. So we have 4 is equal to square root of 16. So 4 equals 4. So this is true. On the other hand, okay, if x is equal to 2, so we have x minus 4 is equal to the square root of 2x. Again, substitute 2 minus 4. Is it the same as 2 times 2? So 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Is it the same square root of 4? So negative 2 is not the same as square root of square root of 4. So therefore, we can say that the solution set is solution set is only, okay, 8. However, we call this one as 2 or positive 2 as strenuous solution. So we call this one as strenuous solution. Although we found out that the value of x is equal to, it will not satisfy the original solution. So that is the meaning of extraneous solution. Let's move on to problem number. Okay, so let's move on to problem number 4. So we have solved the square root of 3x plus 2 minus 2 square root of x. So what we're going to do is add both sides of the equation by, okay, 2 square root of x. So that is, we will have actually the square root of 3x plus 2, which is the same as 2 square root of x. And then square both sides of the equation. So we can factor out the square root and x squared. So we have here 3x plus 2 is equal to 2 times 2, 4. Then square root of x squared, which is actually x. Then solving for x, now here we have 2 is equal to 4x minus 3x. So group together the variables. So we have here x is equal to 2. Or we can say that x is equal to 2. Now, we want to find out if the value of x will satisfy the given equation. So that is if x is equal to 2. So substitute this to the original equation of 3x plus 2 minus 2 square root of x is equal to 0. So again, we have here 3 times 2 plus 2 minus 2 square root of 2. Is it equal to 0? So we have 3 times 2 is equal to 6 plus 2 is 8. So we have square root of 8 minus 2 square root of 2. However, if we will simplify 8, this can be factored as square root of 4 times 2 minus 2 square root of 2 equals 0. Simplifying it further, we have 2 square root of 2 minus 2 square root of 2 equals 0. So we can say that 0 is equal to 0. So this is correct. So therefore, we can say that the solution set, okay, so solution set is actually 2. So that is for our item number 4. Let's move on to item number 5. So item number 5, so we have here, okay, uh, solve x plus 3 is equal to x squared plus 5. So like what we have done in number 3, so we'll take the square of both sides of the equation, square both sides of the equation. Okay, so meaning to say we will have the square of x plus 3, so that is square of the first term, so meaning to say x squared, then multiply x times 3 times 2, so we'll come up with 6x. Then we have here 3 times 3 plus 9. So because we have actually square of a binomial. Then on the right hand side, we can simply have our x squared plus 5. Take note that if I'll isolate, okay, the variables, so we have here x squared minus x squared. Then I have 6x. This time, if I'll combine all the constants, I have here 5. So subtract both sides by 9. So I have here minus 9. Simplifying it further, I can factor this one out. So I have 6x is equal to negative 4. Then, divide both sides of the equation by negative, or I mean, okay, 6. So x is equal to negative 4 over 6, or in lowest terms, so x is equal to negative 2/3. Okay, now that I found out the value of x is equal to negative 2/3, therefore, I'll substitute this to the original equation. So it means that if x is equal to negative 2/3, okay, will it make the equation true? So let's find out. So we have here x plus 3. Is it equal to x squared plus 5 if x is equal to negative 2 over 3? So you have negative 2 over 3 plus 3 is equal to square root of negative 2/3 squared plus 5. So here I have, okay, 3. So I'll make this one as improper fraction such that my denominator here is 1 and my denominator or the LCD is 3. So it means that I'll copy the denominator 3. So we have negative 2/3. So plus. So 3 divided by 1. Okay, so that is my LCD. So again, so 3 divided by 1 is 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Then we have negative 2 times negative 2 is 4 over 9 plus 5. Okay, so I have here the same denominator na, then I can simply, okay, add negative 2 plus 9, that will give us 7 over 3. On the other hand, I would like to make the denominator the same as 9. So 9 divided by 9 times 4 is 4, while here is 9 divided by 1 is 9 times 5 is 45. Simplifying it further, I have here 7 over 3 is equal to the square root of 49 over 9. Or this can be simplified as 7 over 3, and take note the square root of 49 is 7 and the square root of 9 is equal to 3. So therefore, we can say that the solution set is, okay, solution set is, okay, negative 2 over 3. So that ends our lesson on solving, okay, radical equations. Again, this is Teacher Ronnie De Guzman. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel so that you will be notified about my new videos. Thank you so much.